That's how you know I'm telling the truth, because they cut my feed. I don't know if you could hear me talking still, but they cut my feed and then shut my phone service off. That's how you know I'm telling the truth. He doesn't want this getting out. They're a dead giveaway with me whenever I'm posting stuff or saying stuff that they don't want people to know about. They cut off my phone service, so that's a dead giveaway. He knows if that information gets out, he's screwed. Congress can have him for this. Congress can have him arrested for that. So that's the answer. That's how you get rid of him. This isn't just where they need to have votes in Congress to vote to impeach him. This is under the Constitution. It is an actual arrestable offence. He can be arrested for it because it's fraud in high office. Keir Starmer did the exact same thing. I've put links in the description box where you'll see I'm talking about Keir Starmer and his taking donations, but it's just called election fraud here. And under the Electoral Commission's guidelines, it's against the law to take donations from people to get an election on a promise that you don't deliver on, because it's fraud. But in America, under the Constitution, it's literally called a punishable lie. I'm sitting here saying to him, like, do it. Put the tanks on the streets, because the second he does, he's getting torn apart. The pitchforks and protests and lynch mob are heading right to the White House. When the truth gets out, he's done for and he knows it. He's panicking and he knows it. He's dying and he knows it. And he's trying to threaten the American people and me, cut off your internet, like, ooh, sort of thing, like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I know how to bypass it, because he doesn't want this information getting out, because I'm exposing him for the fraud that he is. And the same with Starmer. And they think that by shadow banning my accounts and that it's going to stop me from getting the truth out. But I've been seeing what's coming for America since 1991, 1992. And he's playing right into God's hands. What Americans need to understand is that this is happening because he's going to be the last president of the United States of America. The whole political system in America changes because of him. He is the lesson to America that him and Biden and the Clintons and the Bushes and the Obamas and that can never, ever, ever happen again. And so after this, what happens is the whole political system in America gets restructured, and each state in America governs themselves, and then they answer to like what I call the conglomerate. He will be the last president because he's going to tip the political system over the edge. When you've got people like Obama and Clinton and Trump and Biden and that on a child sex trafficking, sex abuse watch list, list that everyone knows about, and they're not being held accountable, and then he's threatening nuclear war and having his own citizens killed to shut them up, to cover up the fact that he knows what he's done to those victims. That's when America needs to buckle up, knuckle down, and take their government back. But what's going to happen is he's going to be the last president of the United States of America. Because they get away with too much. The laws are going to change where judges won't be able to be bought and bribed by members of Congress and the president and all of that. It's all going to, just the same as Great Britain, it's all going to get torn down and built from the ground up. But what you get them on is the punishable lie. It's in the description box. It is. It will take you to a website that it talks about the laws of the American Constitution and what political people running for office can and can't get away with, and what they're not allowed to do. Like I said, under the Constitution, they can lie to you under the free speech laws of the Constitution, but what they're not allowed to do is lie to you and take your money. They're not allowed to say they're going to do something and then you give them money. And if you can prove that you donated to Donald Trump's campaign and that he promised to get Fauci and Gates and do not the cloud seeding and, you know, bring peace to this and that and the other thing, and you trusted him in good faith and gave him money, and then he did the opposite, that's a punishable lie under the Constitution, and that's what you get him on. The second those tanks hit the street, it's over for the Trump administration. God said in that message that I posted a few months ago, the Trump administration collapses from the inside out. It's the people who are going to take him down. Whereas with Keir Starmer, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the king. The king will be the one that stops Starmer. But it'll be the people who take Trump down. But don't fear those tanks, because they're going to be on your side. They end up on the side of the American people. And then everyone works together to take that fat bitch down. And I'm telling you now, he will be shitting himself when millions of people are turning up on that man's doorstep. He literally poops himself, and we know he's famous for pooping himself. So don't be afraid. This is the cleansing. This is everything that I predicted. I'm sitting here watching, trying not to say anything because I've been told to stand down. And then he's threatening the Insurrection Act because he's trying to act like the big tough guy. Because you have to remember, the only reason why he's doing this is because he doesn't want it getting out that he's stolen everyone's gold and silver. Him and Elon Musk during the Super Bowl, with distracting everyone, has stolen the country's wealth. There is no gold in Fort Knox. There is no gold in New York. They stole it all. Just like Venezuela. Keir Starmer gave Britain's gold and the King's gold to him. Many other European countries have given their gold to Trump because they think once they wipe us all out, they can live off the stolen wealth, hide out in their underground cities and that while they nuke us all. And then they get to resurface like the worms they are and, you know, take over the world the way that they want it. But it's not going to go like that because God has other plans. So, punishable lie. You're going to get him on a punishable lie. Everybody that voted for Trump that donated money, but you have to prove that you donated money to him. So your bank statement should be able to say like Trump election campaign, or, you know, like you need proof that you donated money to his campaign. Especially if, like, you know, if you've got posts during his campaign, I've donated money because he says we're going to get rid of Fauci. This is all evidence that you can use him because he broke like a really big constitutional law. And yeah. So this is a time now where France, Germany, Poland, Ukraine, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all of these countries where we are being threatened with extermination so that they can cover up the fact that they helped Israel murder my queen, and that they helped Israel try and formulate a plan to bring down my king so that they can steal the land and wealth for themselves. Now is the time that they have given us the perfect opportunity to come in and take back the land that is ours. We have to stand together. This isn't just about illegal immigrants and stuff like that, because you see that the same thing that's happening in countries all around the world to do with the illegals, and yeah, they shouldn't be here, but you have to understand they were used as fodder to start a war, to start a holy war, good versus evil, Molech versus God, those who want to save children and those who want to hurt them, Russia versus Israel, those who want to save the children, Russia, and those who want to hurt them, Israel, right? All the people that are working against us are the people on the side of Israel. These are all the ones that came out with the COVID stuff that ended up killing our queen. And now they're quietly trying to take the throne out from under the king so that they can have control of the Commonwealth, and then Trump can be king of the world. This isn't me just talking nonsense anymore. This is all my predictions that I've been talking about since the 90s. The whole reason why Hillary Clinton and the CIA and that came after me during my WordPress days and stuff like that is because I was telling people what was coming. Everything that I was saying on my WordPress is everything that's happening right now. And I'm telling you now, America and Great Britain and the rest of the world, I know what's coming, and none of them win. They don't win. They don't win this. This does not go according to plan. The second those tanks hit the streets, it's all over for the elites. Because the rage that builds in America lights a fire that sweeps the globe. And I always said what starts in America reaches round to Australia and ends up in the United Kingdom. So what Trump's about to do, and this stuff with what's happening in Minnesota and his threatening the Insurrection Act, is exactly, he's walking right into everything that God had laid down for who the president was going to be. When I made those predictions on my WordPress, I think he was president then. I didn't know when I was being forced to swallow pills to defend him in 2022, and that he was going to be the very person that I would end up having to bring down. He's stolen from me, he's betrayed me, he left me to die. When I was defending him, he was the biggest backstabber of my life. Him and Elon Musk have set this whole thing up. They've been working on, because what you need to understand, you know how with the Illuminati, how they put things in movies, and then people say, oh my God, they made that movie about that. How did they know? It's because it's all part of their in plain sight. Terminator. You know, with the threat of nuclear war, and they have the robot soldiers with the AI robots and all that, fighting against man who can't fight back against the robots and that. Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Palantir and all those plebs have been working on that since he was in office the first time. So, Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they're not friends of the American people. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about anyone. They want to have what they want to have, and they will get rid of anybody who stands in their way, except they forgot God was watching. So this is everything that I said was coming for America. So let him put those tanks on the streets. Don't be afraid, because the soldiers, the military and the law, normal police officers and that, end up taking the side of the people. And then it is ICE who end up having to go on the run, because there's less of them than there will be the military, because they have to take an oath to protect America from terrorists, foreign and domestic, and ICE have become legal terrorists. And so the American military will take the side of the people, because ICE are seen as the terrorists. They are not military, they are not law enforcement, they are paid insurgents, basically, paid thugs, under the guise of, deportation, but they're basically hired mercenaries, CIA hired mercenaries. So when he sends the tanks out to roam the streets of America, that will seal his fate. So just mark my words, don't be scared, America, have faith, stand tall, stand proud, and just remember that the Constitution is behind you with the punishable lie. The link is in the description box below. And if you need moral support or anything like that, I'm here. But just know that what's happening in America is about to happen here in the United Kingdom as well. And the both of them collapse together. And when they fall, the rest of them fall as well, because they've been relying on Keir Starmer and Donald Trump to get away with the things that I've just exposed them all for to the King and the ICC in order to get away with world domination, and it's not going to happen. They didn't think that one barefoot Indigenous woman would have the power of all the gods to stop them, and that's exactly what's happening. I just need to wake the King up. When the King wakes up and he gets rid, and he has Starmer arrested and dissolves Parliament, then the House of Cards falls. But in the meantime, for America, punishable lie. Look in my description box. It's all there. And then that's what you get them with. For the Democrats, for any of the ones that know that this isn't a joke anymore, for the people at the Pentagon that know that that man needs to be stopped, but they don't know how, it's my Trump-Biden alligator dream. Praying to God, needing an answer to your prayers. This is the answer to your prayers. Punishable lie. It's in the American Constitution. No judge will support him under any law when it's punishable lie. You just have to prove that you donated money to him because he promised certain things during the campaign, like releasing the Epstein files. Remember, he said he was going to arrest Fauci and Gates. Remember, he said he was going to stop the cloud seeding. Remember, he said he was going to stop the vaccinations. And then people were like, yay, and voted for him. And he made all that money in the campaign. Like, people donated all that money. And then he did none of it. You can get him for that. I've been trying to say it on X, but I'm so heavily shadow banned. But it's like, now that he's threatening the insurrection, I've been sitting there saying, do it. Do it. Come on, Trump, do it. Because I know what happens when he does. And it's not good for him, but it's brilliant for the American people. But this is happening, the same thing with Keir Starmer. This is happening because after these two are kicked out of office, massive changes happen within the political system that changes the way that elections are done, like forever, because they had to come along and commit their sins of evil in order for the people to wake up and realise, holy crap, we've been letting these people get away with this for so long, and look what they're doing behind closed doors. How is the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom worth £14 million? I said to the King, his government need to be forensically audited. The Angela Rayner, who was the Minister of Housing, was it, or Education, one of those two, Education, I can't remember, she's worth 4 million. Some of them are worth 15 million, 12 million, 40 million. How? If you're on a wage of like £150,000 a year being Prime Minister, I think that's what it is, how have you got 14 million sitting in the bank? You don't make that sort of money as a barrister. So where's the money coming from? They need to be forensically audited. These people are being paid to destroy the monarchy, to destroy the Constitution, to destroy America. They're it just makes me think of that no taxation without representation dream. So now you know what to do, America. Punishable lie. Look it up. Look at the link. And then you see the second link where I'm bringing Keir Starmer into it as well, because he did the exact same thing. Anyone who runs for an election in the United Kingdom who makes promises, and I've even got screenshots of the letters that he sent out Labour voters promising that he wasn't going to raise the gas and electric and that, and then did the opposite. And then people, please donate, and when I'm Prime Minister, I'll do this, this, and this. It's electoral fraud. So now you know what to do. So just click on the links below, and then you know what to do. But don't be afraid just take the moral high ground. Don't take to the streets with guns and weapons and that, because then you're giving him an excuse to have you shot. You take to the streets with pitchforks and placards, and you send lynch mobs. You get the people in the hundreds of thousands, you get the people in the millions together right outside his door. And you don't leave until he's out. Just take the moral high ground. Stand and pray. And the thing is, you have to stand together. This is not about the colour of your skin. This isn't a white on black thing. This isn't a Christian on Muslim thing. This isn't a Jewish on Christian thing. This isn't anything on anything. The thing is, Israel have given Jewish people a bad name, and they know it, and that's unfair. But then they've also given Muslims a bad name and Christians a bad name. Trump's given them a bad name. Starmer's given them a bad name. And everyone's expected to just sit back and take it, because they want everyone divided. Together we stand, divided we fall. You have to stand together. Sikhs, Muslims, Christians, Jews, atheists, Hindus, Orthodox, pagans, Wiccans, get together, Druids. You got to stand together. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You make sure when you head to that man's house, there is not a weak link amongst you. No fighting amongst yourselves. That's what he wants. That's what Starmer wants. You stick together, you stand tall, you be each other's wall. You have each other's back and become an impenetrable force. Make sure that the people that are up the front that move forward have the protection of everybody else behind them. And you have people hundreds deep. This isn't Braveheart. You have people hundreds deep, so that you can't see the end of the street for the heads that are picketing the line. That's what you need to do. And then you demand to get him out. Punishable lie. It's in the Constitution. Look it up. Description box. And if you need me, I'm here. Stand strong and don't give in. You're fighting for God and you're fighting for your freedom. I'll speak to you soon. Ka kite anō. Mwah.